Much for coming out. I do kind of wish I had a mic stand though. Let's see. Well, thank you, Brock. So I just have a few remarks. I'm gonna kind of set the stage for everybody, let you know what's going on, give you a little bit of context, and then some thank yous, and then I'll let you explore and see what you see out of these creative works that I'm sharing with you. So, welcome to my first solo exhibition. It's not the Oscars, but I did write some remarks, so pardon me as I read them to you. In late 2023, the brains behind Spacecraft Studios invited me to put this exhibition together. This marks a pivotal moment for me because despite participating in numerous group exhibitions or being behind the camera, I'm stepping into the spotlight for this showcase. For those of you who don't know, Spacecraft is a creative studio where you can do photo shoots, video shoots, record podcasts, and more. The rates are super affordable, and the more we help them out, the longer they can keep these doors open. Cool? Cool. All right, so show of hands, how many of you consider yourselves a local artist? Put your hands up. Okay, let's keep those hands up. Put those hands up, so that everyone in the room knows that you're an artist. They need to follow your work. But I am just so humbled and honored to be in the presence of not only friends and true art lovers, but stellar local artists as well. The show is called All Film All the Time because we're showing films I've directed, but also a large presentation of my film photography. And now for the context. I'm an Iranian American, born in 1978 Los Angeles to immigrant parents. When they moved to this country, they had very little money, and I might get emotional, so pardon me there. When they moved to this country, they had very little money, but that didn't stop them from pursuing a better life for their kids, and that made me the person I am today. My identity informs a lot of what I do in terms of personal art, politics, and world views. When my dad sensed the Islamic Republic was about to overthrow the monarchy, he sent my pregnant mother to the USA while he tied up some loose ends and followed her a few months later after I was born. Our black neighbor was an elderly woman by the name of Mary Bay. She was a sweet soul whose family did not extend beyond a single sister. She always wanted kids and grandkids but never got married and was basically all alone. She instantly took my... I'll make it through. The two practice runs I did today, I didn't tear up, but it's getting to me. So, she took my parents under her wing, taught them about what it was to be American, taught them about Thanksgiving, Christmas, and government cheese. Needless to say, my parents completely embraced her back. When she eventually passed, it was my parents who bought her a tombstone for her prepaid lot. My parents bought the one that had flowers on it, and the inscription read, Mary J. Bay, loving mother and grandmother. Now, before any of that happened, when we were still a new family to the country, my parents got into a really bad car accident. For those of you that don't remember, 70s cars are death traps. Now, this is what happened as it was told to me. So my parents were driving around LA one rainy day with my dad in the driver's seat, me without a car seat and no seatbelt, sitting on my mom's lap in the passenger seat. They got into a fender bender. The guy told them, hey, my insurance papers are at home. Follow me, I'll get them to you. And again, in the late 70s, it was not illegal to drive without insurance. If you got into an accident, you had to pay for it, kind of thing. But my guess is he lied about that because as soon as they started driving again, he purposely hit their car like a speed racer villain and took off. They spun out and in the hard rain hit one of those blue USPS mailboxes. When my mom came to, She reached in her mouth to pull out what she thought were teeth, but ended up being broken windshield glass. 70s death traps. After this shock subsided, she looked over at my dad, and he was passed out, just blood pouring down his face. That's when she started looking for me, and I was nowhere to be found. At this point, she must have fainted, because the next thing she knew, she was waking up in the hospital. Nurses and doctors were around her telling her, she's fine, her husband's fine, there's just minor cuts and scrapes and cuts on the forehead, kind of bleed a lot. She asked about her baby boy, and they replied, oh, he's just fine. They found him, on the curb near the sidewalk, and no scrapes, no cuts, no bruises, no broken bones. So I was barely one, so I really don't remember what happened, but there were some theories. Someone grabbed the baby out of the car. Okay, but then why did they just leave me on the sidewalk in the middle of the rain and leave my parents in the car, right? Like, it doesn't make sense. I was flung from the car. Okay, but I had no scrapes, cuts, or broken bones. Seems highly unlikely. Now, Grandma Mary, she said it was angels that saved me. Because I had important work to do on Earth. I think I really should have waited on that line. At the age of 45, I'm not sure I figured out what Grandma Mary was alluding to, the important duty I was being saved for. If you have any theories, I'd love to hear them. But perhaps my creative work, private like the images you see in here, or public like you will see in the next room, is the reason I'm here, so that this work can tickle brains and inspire a better future. I quite like that. As far as the work itself, throughout my childhood, photography was captured on film. While many have abandoned the medium for digital cameras, I've never stopped shooting on film, mostly 35 millimeter. I love the fact that I can't instantly see what I shot, that there is no delete button, that we must wait for the photos to be developed to find out how each snap turned out. This exhibition is the first time a large number of my prints are available to be viewed in a physical space, so thank you again, Spacecraft, you guys are amazing. On this side of the room is art from Gingy, the current artist in residence at Spacecraft. It's not necessarily part of the show, but it's a pleasure to be sharing the stage with such an amazing artist. On the main wall over here are 148 4x6 film photography prints shot and developed over the past decade at 1 Hour Photo Shack on Maryland Parkway across the street from UNLV. The owners of that store were in here earlier. They were here for about like an hour and a half. They had to go, but it was just amazing having them here because they literally touched every single one of those photos. And so these have been placed along the wall in a checkerboard design, taking full advantage of the studio's brick wall, but also to allude to the fact that life itself can be a chess battle. None of these shots were pre-planned or shot with a specific project or client in mind, and all of these photos are just shots that I've taken when my muse tells me I must. Nearby, in that little exit through the gift shop table, where you can get some stickers or vinyl of film scores or books, are pedestals with 2 photo albums of my cross-processed film photography from the early 2000s, and books that attendees can flip through. So please pick them up, flip through the pages. One's an art anthology, one's a collection of cross-processed graffiti photography, and an Art of the Film book published just last year that breaks down all of the creatives produced for my directorial debut, The Crystal Crypt. In the next much darker room is a projection loop of 10 years of my films. It's dark in there to mimic, a darkened movie theater. Feel free to sit on the carpets or the booths and enjoy some of the films. If you don't have enough time to sit and watch all of them, sign our guest book over there by the raffle. Oh, by the way, we have a raffle going on. You can win some pre-rolls. But anyway, so over by the raffles, if you give me your email address, there's a QR code, just pop in your email. I will send you this 10-year loop. Now, hands up, who here worked on one or more of these films that we're showing here? All right, give them a round of applause. So when you watch those films, know that these folks labored to put these things together, and it wasn't just me. Now, hands up, who's working with me on the new feature film project that we're working on? Hands up. Yeah. All right. So thank you for being here tonight and coming along on this adventure. You guys, this is gonna be crazy. If you're a local filmmaker and want to collaborate with us on this new passion project, don't leave without giving me your email address. Now that's the darker room. You can also, up on that wall, see my Camelot print. That was a San Pedro drugstore that had closed down, and they were about to take the sign down, so I pulled over and took that shot. That and the double exposure that is in the next room on the little table is something that I shot with Gila, and those two are the only prints that are for sale. All of this is private collection, but if you like those, there's a little price thing over there by the raffle. The green room, which is over by the popcorn wine area, which please feel free to have either one of those. There's also some vodka. There's the same 10 years loop, but it's in a Netflix living room vibe. So if you wanted the dark movie theater vibe, it's over there. You want the living room vibe, it's over there. In that room, there's a little mirrored closet that has two of my Bullfrog Biennial photo sign sculptures. So also when you look at the prices of everything, if you say, what's a photo sign? It's the photo sign in that room. And lastly, I would like to thank all of the people who made this exhibition possible. I might or might not cry on this part too. My family for supporting me no matter what. Yeah. My kids for not only putting up with me, but also inspiring me to no end. Thank you, ladies. Grandma Mary for being an angel on earth to us. My parents who couldn't be here because they just flew into LA from a trip abroad, but who are definitely here in spirit. My partner in life, Hila Nakshman, who I love dearly. For Beal, Mike, Biggs, and Daph for the opening reception musical atmospheres. Thank you guys. Seriously, these guys are also artists in their own right. Most people don't even know this guy does music. They only know he used to have a gallery here, does tattoos, but he's really been doing some amazing stuff tonight. So thank you guys. Noel, Mika, and Jorge from SPCKRFT for being such gracious hosts. Roberta Sabbath, who encouraged me to go into all these details with you so that you could know the context. Got me to cry, but you know. Alicia Curlin and DK Soul at Barrick Museum of Art for all of their support and for lending me this beautiful pedestal. I could not have done it without you. Thank you so much. Elsa Cantu for her unending support and collaboration. The whole Cantu tribe. Suzette Dakwag for the booze donations tonight. Thank you, Party Animal. Lance Smith, Chad Scott, and Leanne Huddleston all helped me figure out what I wanted to do and how I was going to put this up, so thank you. Thank you for helping me figure out the ins and outs of installing your own solo show. Marissa Skinner for her friendship and help lugging boxes of photos across town. Desert Companion for including this exhibition in the most recent issue. All of my colleagues at UNLV who support me. And most importantly, every single one of you who came out to support this space and this show. if you happen to see yourself on these walls or in the albums or in the books, know that I think of you as family. When you look at the photos, if you see something that moves you, feel free to take a photo. This is not one of those don't take a picture exhibitions. Take a photo, put it on social media, tell people to come. After tonight, viewings will be by appointment only, but all of February. So please tell people to come. They can find the link to booking an appointment at my website, shahabzergari.net. I will be here until 9 o'clock if you have any questions. And Mika and Jorge's right here with the camera. What's up, dude? Put your hand up. And Mika's right there. If you want to buy anything, look for these two. Thanks, everybody.